A screenshot emerges of Bioshock 4, Concord's closed beta impressions, and UK retailer Game still selling less physical stuff in stores. All today on TouchPad. Hello and welcome to Cross Circle Squared. I am Benny Gerkman and this is TouchPad, your daily video game news show. You can watch TouchPad live every day at 1 p.m. EST or here on YouTube or Spotify right after. But no matter where or how you're watching, it's time for the news. And actually, we have a pretty short news day for you today. So let's get you everything you need to know. Let's get you out of here. There's lots of big news this weekend, but really not much from the video game news side. Really, the biggest actual story this weekend was really just this leaked screenshot of Bioshock. Just last week, we talked about the game hiring up and entering the big production stage of the game. And we'll flash to Saturday, and multiplayer-focused site MP First released what they believe to be a screenshot from a 2021 demo build of the game. I'm not going to show the direct screenshot here, but let's be honest, you're not missing much. There's a very poorly lit environment with their character holding a so-called ricochet shotgun, but it looks kind of weird, almost looks like it's glowing. I don't really know. Again, it's a work in progress asset. And our character is looking up at this glowing ball of fire suspended in the sky. There's really not much information to glean from it, but we do at least see some abilities. There's a time ability, an electricity ability, and a magnet one. And interestingly, they're all available to use at one time. So like left bumper does one, right bumper does another, and then you can click both bumpers for the third. That's much different than how the abilities in Bioshock 1 worked. There's also like a special power type thing, I think, shown in the top left with an hourglass ability. I think that's like some sort of special ability, maybe. I don't know, similar to like Skyrim shouts, you know, where you have your magic and stuff, and then you have like your big powerful ability that, you know, maybe you can do it once every so often, or maybe it charges up with damage, or you know, you get little, I don't know, like a ability, collection little things on the ground. No clue yet. Like I said, there's really not much information here, but if the real development of the game that's, you know, really starting the bulk of it now, if it does go down a similar path to what we see in this screenshot, this means we could see a lot of a bigger focus on multiple abilities and kind of how they synchronize with each other. Bioshock always got the environmental synchrony right, like you can use lightning when enemies are in a puddle of water to shock them, but it never really got synchrony between the abilities. So maybe in the next entry we can see more of the kind of stuff that's like you use a magnet ability to kind of pull enemies together, and then you know, you use one big lightning bolt that can ricochet between them, stuff like that. If this image is indeed real, again, everything can change by release. Like I said, I don't think this is even a possibility for like a 2025 release. You're looking maybe 2026, probably 2027, 2028. So we'll likely have to wait a very long time to see the full finished product here. If you'd like to see the image yourself, if you're interested in it, it's linked in the Sources Notion page below. Just go to the sources at the bottom. You'll be able to see it. It's linked right there. Okay, next story from this weekend was the reception and the release of the Concord closed beta. That's the PlayStation PvP hero shooter that we saw at the last State of Play. It had a pretty cold reception back then, if you remember. I just kind of felt like dollar store Guardians of the Galaxy, and after playing it myself, I'm pretty much still on the same page that I was then that I am now. The characters here are incredibly empty. They don't have the instantly recognizable traits of the Overwatch heroes, nor definitely not the personality. They don't have the style of Valorant or League champions. They don't even really have powerful abilities of something like Destiny Guardians or anything. They're just sort of options to choose from. The customization options, like the actual visual cosmetic stuff, is tiny, and I don't see any cosmetics really being that interesting. The maps, so far, they're fine, but they're simple, and the gameplay is not strong enough to carry everything else on its back. But it is, at the very least, which is kind of the first thing you need with a game like this, it's at the very least fun. There's definitely a lot of issues, but I don't know, it kept my interest for a couple hours, and it will keep my interest for a couple hours more this week. So I don't know if it's $40 worth of fun, but for free for the beta, I enjoyed hopping in at least. And overall reception around the internet has been pretty positive, but still pretty similar to what I'm saying. It's definitely much more positive than the first showing of the game, at least. We kind of all sold it off as just like some garbage that no one's really going to pay attention to. Right now, it's not clear if that will be the final release, if that will be what it ends up happening. Definitely still possible, but I don't know. There's at least some positive buzz now instead of sort of just all negative. I will be diving into the game and giving my impressions in a full first impressions video, probably coming this weekend after I've had some more time in the open beta. But as for the closed beta, anyone with a PSN Plus subscription can play it, and it's actually been extended until tonight. This is from IGN's Wesley Yinpool. Sony has extended their closed beta by 1 day, so it was originally just going to be on the weekend, but now you can play it until tonight, and that's so you still have at least one more chance to hop in before the open beta starts July 18th through the 20th. Okay, I have two smaller stories now, starting with PlayStation Stars. It's back for real. I was able to go onto my app and find it and load up PlayStation Stars. So if you're a big Stars user and you're in the US, you can probably get back in and spend your points. I never realized you can actually use the Stars reward points for gift cards and games. So I'm actually using the PlayStation Stars feature on my app. That's something I never thought I would say. A little bit of a PSA: if you buy a lot of games digitally, you might have a ton of points. You can just get free gift cards and stuff. Okay, under our last story today, the never-ending story of UK retailer Game is still not ending, as they plan to end the sales of physical cards for digital currency. That means no more eShop cards, no more of the kind of like PlayStation Wallet kind of things. They're not going to be purchasable in store anymore. Why? Apparently it's down to their point of sale systems, which is also the reason that they're halting pre-orders, trade-ins, and store memberships, as we've reported on. But no more currency cards is weird. You think even if they're slowing down physical media, this is like the only digital thing you can actually sell in a store. But apparently to Eurogamer, you'll still be able to buy cards like this if that printout code goes onto the receipt. So actually, PlayStation Wallet cards, which I mentioned, those technically will still work, but ones that don't do that, like Nintendo eShop cards, iTunes credit, that kind of thing, you'll no longer be able to buy them. They also don't sell those cards online, at least right now you can't buy them because the website is broken. This is their webpage to buy the cards. Very clearly nothing working here. So I really don't know what their plan is with all this. I maybe makes sense to stop pre-orders and that sort of thing, but then now you're not selling digital games, so now you just have used games, I guess. But that was rumored that it was going away, and we kind of believed it, so definitely just a hard time for the retailer all around. So flawless execution as usual, Game. Okay, let's go ahead and get to our releases and announcements. And first off, EAFC has been announced for September 27th this year. The Splitgate developers are teasing a new game. They released a little teaser on Twitter, just a couple seconds. There's a full reveal coming in 3 days. I'll cover that whenever it comes out. As for full releases, though, nothing new, really. Darkest Dungeon 2 releases to consoles today. That's cool to see. And also Clickholding from Strange Scaffold. That comes tomorrow, but I'll talk about that one more tomorrow as well. Otherwise, that is all the news for the day. Thanks for coming in and watching live or afterwards. I always appreciate both. But that's all I've got for you. As always, I am Benny Gerkman. This is Cross Circle Squared, and I will see you tomorrow.